Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about what I've been selling and what I've been buying throughout the week. Also some things to keep note of, things to watch for in the next week coming up here. But we're going to just get into this. It's going to be a quick video just talking about my recent buys and sells, and let's go. Alright everyone, and kicking it off here, I'm going to mention Workhorse. I did buy some more shares. I feel like my position weighting is kind of heavy on this stock, as in, my percentage of my portfolio, a lot is allocated to Workhorse, but I saw this, couldn't pass this price up. I had to buy a couple, and I also, matter of fact, I also bought a call for 2022 of March. Maybe when it becomes profitable, I might consider getting out of it, but for me, Workhorse is more of a long-term hold. I've got plenty of shares. I figured, I'd do some short term with the options though. And that's basically all I got for Workhorse. I've got plenty of videos covering that. Keep it on your radar. I think it's at a very low risk price. And moving on, we've got ChargePoint, and I'm not even going to bring up the TradingView chart. This thing is just a screaming buy to me. Too good of a deal. You can't pass this damn thing up, in my opinion. If it's not on your radar, put it on your radar. We've got a total of 12 analysts, all of them saying it's either a buy or a hold, with a 1-year price target of 34.45. And keep in mind also that earnings is coming up in November. I think they're going to crush earnings because their guidance is literally what they just did this quarter. So I think without a doubt they will just smash their guidance and they will do fantastically, if that's a word. And also I wanted to show you, just in my town here, we've definitely got a couple of charge point stations here, and even more in Napa, which is up north from here. But it's definitely something that I've been seeing all over town. I've been seeing more and more. I don't think this is even fully updated because I've seen other charge point stations. We've also got companies like EVgo, Blink charging, Tesla stations, of course. But, the charging stations as a whole, I'm bullish on. Definitely most bullish on ChargePoint. They have the biggest market share. They are also in Europe and expanding very quickly. And as for the next one, first read this. This is, this came out a couple of days ago, but check it out. Sphere 3D, any stock, is the ultimate Bitcoin merger play with multiple signs indicating a share price of $24 by the end of October and $72 by June 2022. Now, if there's any accuracy in this statement, we will be seeing a huge increase here in no time at all. And I wanted to bring up this one on the chart real quick. We are trading in the middle of this channel. I would wait for a little bit of a cool down to purchase more. That's a nice W there, though. That could have been partially what caused that run up here. You see a nice W, caused a nice little run up, although we do have a small teeny gap. We could see a red day coming up. I would definitely consider loading up on this way closer to 5. I mean, it's an easy swing trade to me. I've been buying in the under 6, selling in the 6.5s and up. And right now I've got about half of my original position size. I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit before I buy more. And I also have $8 calls and $10 calls. I like to play calls a ways out, so it gives you time. If an unforeseen event happens, you got a little bit of time to hopefully recover. But I've got 22 March calls. I've also got a 2023 call, and I'm expecting this to just do fantastic over the coming months. I feel like the bull run is coming in terms of small cap. All the large cap, I think, people have kind of been slowly shifting out of. You've got companies like AMD coming down towards 100. And speaking of AMD, that's another one to keep on your radar. I like it under $100 if I can get it. It was very shortly trading for 102, but keep in mind about 5-6 months ago the thing was trading in the 80s. So it's all based on perception of time. Keep in mind that not too long ago AMD was a lot cheaper, but this here was any, and that's Sphere 3D. They will be merging with Gryphon. The date is unannounced, but it should be in Q4. If you're interested in any Gryphon videos, I've definitely got a few covering any and Gryphon below. And I did mention AMD. Well, let's talk about Valens, another semiconductor stock. I am bullish on this one. We recently had an analyst give it a $20 price target, and he was a 5-star analyst in, I believe, the top 200 out of thousands. So that's another reason I'm bullish on this thing. It has been running up based on that news. I purchased it down here when I first heard about it. It ran up. I did take a little bit of profits. I skimmed about 10% off the top just to lock in some profits. Options aren't available yet on this one. They should be coming available soon. But yeah, keep an eye on this one. I am bullish on the semiconductor industry as a whole, and getting into another fantastic semiconductor stock that I love. This is my baby INDI, and I just love this one. Market cap is still, pushing 1.5 billion. If you could have got this one in the eights, that was just a fantastic deal. I don't think we're gonna see eights again, to be honest, and we might not even see nines. I mean, I would wait for this thing to cool back just a little bit. Although, keep in mind, guys, that like I was saying about the channel, we did get very close to trying to test it here, but we bounced right off of the 200-day EMA. So keep an eye on that one. It seems to like to bounce off the 200-day lately. Although, look right here, it tried to test it, fell back a little bit, bounced right off this channel, bounced off the channel. Keep an eye on INDI. If it keeps bouncing off this channel, we will be probably seeing it continue to move upwards. It seems like a lot of people do trade this based on technicals. As long as there isn't any news coming out, it will be traded on technicals, as that's all you can really do with it at that point. So I do see this coming up still. Being cautious and the patient investor that I am, I would wait personally for a coolback. I do have plenty of shares. I've also got 2023 calls. It's a pattern here. I definitely like the longer calls. The time decay isn't as bad. It gives you a better opportunity. Yes, the price and the buy-in is a little bit higher, but the risk is lower in my opinion compared to, say, a month out call or 2 months out call, because who's to say there's a little dip in the market or a dip just in that sector or what have you, and then your stock is hurting and your call expires worthless, or you get out at a huge loss. And we don't like that over here. But what we do like over here is INDI, and overall I'm definitely bullish on the long term on this one. I feel like it's getting up a little too high to buy personally in my opinion, but I also am loaded up and fully built out on my position on this one. And getting into the final stock that's in a buy zone here and that I have been nibbling at, I saw that it made a bounce off of that 5 because we do have a strong support here. It did break down, but when I saw it retracing, I did buy a little bit of shares. It bounced and it's coming back down and retesting this level. So we will see what it kind of does. As for the RSI, we're just trading in the middle. Looks like it is curving upwards. It's in an upwards trajectory. But in terms of overbought or oversold, we are just right sitting in the middle. And notice the pattern here again. You see a nice W and it kind of took off. Started taking off and now it's coming down. We could see it come down a little more and work on that W again. But it's just another technical pattern that sometimes comes out true. And that's basically all I got for you. That's what I've been buying. As for what I've been selling, like I said, I've just been kind of trimming profits off the top, taking money here where I can, building up my portfolio further. Definitely recommend checking out each of these stocks. In terms of bionano, I would watch for a rebound upwards before buying in. It could dip under that 515 level, but where it's at, in my opinion, there is very, very little risk. Alright guys, I hope you got something useful out of this, and I hopefully put a couple of stocks on your radar to keep watch for. Hope you enjoyed my video. What are you guys doing? Leave comments below about what options you're doing, what stocks you've been watching for, maybe a new stock for me to keep an eye on. Thanks again guys, take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one.